I just wanted to build the fastest Datsun to go around Phillip Island. I started attending the World Time Attack, read the rule book, so I chose to build the fastest Datsun in the world.
Road to World Time Attack Challenge 2025 is on, thanks to Supercheap Auto. Today we'll be introducing this brand new car. Competing in the MoTeC Pro Open class for the very first time, we have Dylan Auton's Datsun 1600, driven by Supercars driver Jimmy Golding. We'll be talking to the owner and the driver, so stick around to find out more. Please introduce yourself and the car behind you.
Yeah, so my name's Dylan Auton and this is my World Time Attack Pro Open class Datsun 1600.
And how long have you owned this Datsun?
This Datsun about 6 or 7 years.
And have you driven it yet?
No.
And do you intend to drive it?
We've invested so much time and effort into this build. A hack like me wouldn't do it justice, so that's why we've engaged a professional driver.
My name's Jimmy Golding. I'm a supercar driver for Premier Racing in the Supercars Championship. Been racing since I was 8 years old, started off in karting, so a bit over 20 years now. Probably professionally for just under 10 years.
And have you ever driven at Eastern Creek?
Yeah, I've driven at Eastern Creek a lot of times, even coming up through the junior ranks in Formula Ford, in Supercars many times.
I think the pivotal moment was when we hooked up with Cali Racing and got the Supercar engine. It's a stroke 6-litre version of their Nissan engine that they were running. It was by chance, yeah. I believe he had an engine being built for a customer that pulled out. We sort of swooped in on that.
And what were some complications that you faced putting this large engine into this body?
Lots. Liam's constantly told me I should have picked a bigger car, but yeah, he just needs to work a bit harder.
Yeah, I think having a supercar engine on board, it's awesome and probably good for me. It's probably more similar to what I've experienced previously. Yeah, there is nitrous on board, so that'll definitely stir things up a bit more, but yeah, can't wait to really feel that. And this car overall has probably been built a bit better in terms of having a nice balance between everything. Obviously it's you know, it's all hearsay at the moment until we drive it, but from a driver's point of view, it should be fairly user friendly, and that'll allow me to maximise the lap time as well.
How did the design come about? What was the inspiration? Because it still touches on notes of the original Datsun body.
We got Andrew Brilliant to come in and do the aero design for the car. It's a simple car in the fact that it's naturally aspirated, and we've just focused on the key fundamentals for what you would in any race car: power to weight, weight balance, suspension geometry. I wanted to keep it true to the Datsun form. It's the original Datsun colour, the same as my father's car. Other than the carbon fibre parts that are bolted on, it's still all the same shell and floor pan.
Hey, I just wanted to thank Supercheap Auto for supporting the Road to World Time Attack Challenge 2025. Visit their website for the latest and greatest in products and deals, and thanks Supercheap Auto for making World Time Attack Challenge super. You've given us a great comparison here. We have a original Datsun 1600 versus your Time Attack 1600. What changes have you made to build this car to where it is today?
As you can see, it's completely different to the original, so I'll take you for a walk through some of the changes.
The front end is quite an eye-catcher. Could you run us through about what you've done here on the front, starting with the sticker?
Yeah, so the decal on the front is photograph reprinted from my father's car. The engine itself we've upgraded from the traditional 1800 inline L4 to a 6-litre V8, as you can see there. It sits quite low in the engine bay, so there was quite a lot of engineering to make that happen. One of those being, as you can see, the steering column actually sits above the engine, and lots of cooling and ductwork to get the air we needed in to feed this thing.
Were there any compromises that you've had to make to fit this in?
It was very tight for space, but took a lot of ingenuity, but we made it happen.
And could you tell us a little bit more about the suspension here on the front?
Yeah, so we've upgraded from the traditional McPherson strut in the standard Datsun to a dual A-arm format with V8 Supercar uprights.
I would love to know more about the brake setup that you have on here. Could we go have a look?
Yeah, sure.
I love how the wheels match the car. Could you tell us more about them?
Yeah, they're a previous generation V8 Supercar wheel. And then behind those, you'll see we're running some LMP brake package, 380mm carbon fibre rotors with AP Racing calipers with titanium pistons.
So one of the standouts of this car is obviously the aero. Could you run us through this?
Again, this is Andrew's monstrous wing. We've got the rear diffuser down here. One of the challenges with that was ducting the air around the Albin's transaxle, which sits in the rear. Another thing worth mentioning is our tail lights. We actually 3D scanned them from my father's coupe and 3D printed those. Side skirts obviously tie into the rear diffuser, and once again with the front splitter.
There's quite a distance between the edge of the side skirt and the driver's seat. Can we have a look in the inside?
Sure.
I'm sitting in the driver's seat now, and there's a lot going on underneath my feet. Why have you put the seat here where it is?
So one of the compromises with fitting the V8 engine was exiting the exhaust. So as you could see, we had to bring it out from underneath the door. So the seating position is more of a GT style position where you're sitting slightly further back. This steering wheel itself is from a Nismo GT500 car. We're running the full MoTeC package with the PDM, ECU and dash.
What about this? How big is this nitrous oxide tank really?
It's carbon fibre, so it's very light, and that will also be controlled through MoTeC, so it will come on via GPS. So the driver doesn't actually have to push any buttons to engage the nitrous.
And how long did that build take?
It's been about 6 years now. I hooked up with Liam from Riverside Racing, and at that point things got quickly out of control. I do have a tendency to push things as far as I can, so yeah, it's been quite lengthy, but we've left no stone unturned.
Yeah, first time seeing the car, it's absolutely awesome. A lot of work's gone in. It's been built over a fairly long time as well, so it's been done properly. Special features on the car that it's going to make it pretty quick, so I'm pretty excited to get in and get a feel for it and see what it can do.
And what's so special about the Datsun platform?
We've just always had a family affinity with them, I suppose. My father bought one from a dealership in 1969. He drove it home from the dealer, thought it'd make a great rally car, and a few weeks later ripped all the interior out, much to my mother's displeasure. And ever since then there's always been Datsuns in the family. I've owned more than I can count. That was my first car, Datsun 1600. I drove it to uni. Then they eventually all got roll cages in them, and yeah, we took them racing.
So what is your and your family's history with motorsports?
Dad raced speedway, probably before I was born. He taught me all when I got my first Datsun when I was 18. We were constantly modifying, but back in those days it was twin Webbers and different cams and extractors and exhausts. pull out what you could out of other Datsuns, like diffs out of 240Ks or a 5-speed gearbox out of those. We should pillage those cars. But this time around, we've pillaged a V8 Supercar.
And what was the original intention behind building this one in particular?
My original goal was I just wanted to build the fastest Datsun to go around Phillip Island. I started attending the World Time Attack and read the rule book. I liked the set of rules. It was going to allow me to do the things that I wanted to do that other classes wouldn't let me, so I chose to build a car for the World Time Attack.
They've done a lot of work in placement of everything on the car, so to really maximise the performance of the car. You know, the side skirts, I think the car looks pretty tough sitting there on the ground, and it's going to make a lot of downforce. So I'm pretty excited to tip it into turn 1 at Sydney and really feel the G-force, that's for sure. Obviously flat through turn 1's a pretty crazy thing. You know, we've seen cars do it previously, but I definitely won't be doing it on the first lap, I can tell you that much. You know, we've got a lot of testing to do before then, so we'll get that done and get a feel for it. And if it's there to be done, it'll be getting done, that's for sure.
And leading from that, have you ever driven a Time Attack car?
Never driven a Time Attack car before. The closest I've driven is probably S5000 or just a GD3 car. So yeah, looking forward to it. They've sort of told me it should be like a big go-kart, which I do a lot of go-karting. I race shifter karts as well, so I know it's pretty well one lap or one shot to do the lap, and the cars are really just built to do that one lap time. So it'll be cool to just think about literally doing the one lap and trying to maximise the car's strengths. Yeah, I think my background should suit the driving required for this car, but yeah, really can't wait to get in it and see what it's like.
Yeah, so there's just some calibration to be done with the electronics. We need to fix up a bit of the aero, make sure it's sufficient for the downforce it's going to produce. Hopefully we'll be on the track within a couple of weeks.
What are you looking to achieve at your first time competing at World Time Attack Challenge?
Just to not embarrass ourselves, I suppose. It'll be very rewarding once we see it out on the track, doing some laps.
Yeah, it feels exciting, tackling a new challenge. Obviously, you know, as racing drivers, you always want to go fast, so this is definitely going to be up there with some of the fastest things I've driven, so I can't wait. It's going to be a good challenge, but yeah, really just can't wait to get a taste for it now.
Time's against us, but yeah, we just got to keep pushing hard. We need to get there this year, and then we'll reset for 2026. I just hope the Datsun crew can get behind us and give us a bit of support, because we're trying to do something that hasn't been done before.
So your former colleague, Tim Slade, also races at the World Time Attack Challenge. Has he given you any pointers at all?
Not yet. Yeah, Tim, obviously, we raced together as teammates last year in the Supercars, so yeah, I'll be asking him for a few tips, but he's also going to be my competitor, so I don't know how many he'll give me. But yeah, Tim's a great guy. He's done Time Attack a few times, so he knows what's involved, and yeah, I'll definitely be leaning on him heading into the event.
Could you tell us about the companies that supported you to get to where you are today?
Most recent times, Nulon's had a big impact on my career in Supercars, and they've backed me the whole way, so that's been awesome. Premier Hire as well is a major partner for our Supercars team, so a lot of these guys have really supported me, and yeah, I can't wait to go on a new adventure with them as well. Can't wait to see everyone there. Come see the Datsun, come have a chat to me. Happy to talk to anyone, and yeah, really look inside this amazing piece of work. It's pretty cool.
It was a rule book. It allowed me to do what I wanted to do with the Datsun to make it go fast. But the event in itself, even just attending as a spectator, yeah, it's a true spectacle. I think it's the best motorsport event to go to in Australia. It's got the best paddock. There's plenty to look at besides the cars circulating on the track. So yeah, anytime I get the chance to go, I go every year. Yeah.
This is such an awesome car and we can't wait to see it compete in the MoTeC Pro Open class in September. This has been the Road to World Time Attack Challenge 2025. We'll see you in the next one.